Hi everyone. I'm a little bit late this morning, but that's kind of been my life the last couple of days. It's been a bit crazy. It's Heather here with Playing with Paper Crafting, and I want to welcome you to my regular Monday morning Facebook Live. So today I want to do a bit of a sneak peek. I'm going to show you some products from the upcoming January to June mini catalog. And it's a fairly simple card. I've got it turned around upside down. There we go. I want to show you a couple of just little techniques about it that will just help turn a really simple card into something that looks really good. All right, well, we'll just get started. I'm going to highlight for you one of the first products that I got. This was one that we were allowed to purchase ahead of time before the onstage convention. This is the one that we attended at home, and it's called Dragonfly Garden. This is the stamp set from it. It's got 9 stamps. Couple of dragonflies, a bunch of wildflowers, it looks like. Little cloud of dragonflies there, and then some sentiments. This is a shadow for the dragonfly's wings. And then we were allowed to also purchase some designer series paper called Dandy Garden. It's 6x6 designer series paper, and it's got quite a bit of really interesting sort of wildflowers, dandelions, and dragonflies, and then some graphic designs too that I'm mainly going to be using today. But you'll see some of the different patterns as I use them. It is the Dragonfly's Punch, and it matches the dragonflies in the stamp set, but also some of the dragonflies in the designer series paper, so you can just punch those right out. So we're going to be using that. All right, so I'm going to start with some Whisper White thick cardstock for the base. We used to just have Whisper White, but the regular Whisper White is not heavy enough for a base. And we used to have a hard time, getting it to be strong enough to just stay standing when we made a card, especially landscape orientation like this. But now that we have the Whisper White thick, it's good, strong cardstock, about the same weight as our other colored cardstock. So it's what I use when I want to have a white cardstock base. Yeah, Kim. Well, yesterday for my blog post, and I was thinking about doing my Facebook Live, I had this, I was working on a winter sampler, and I had it all planned out, and I was, well, not all planned out, but I had a good start on it. And then I didn't like it, and it was too long a project, and I had to abandon it partway. And I'll probably pick it up again, but it just wasn't working out because I had so many things crop up that I wasn't expecting. I just had to do something simple for today. But simple's okay, right? Because everybody, likes simple cards from time to time. And this way I thought I could show you a few just little tricks that will take your card from, nice card to a little bit extra, a little bit more professional. Okay, so then we have a piece of designer series paper that I want to use in the background. Now this is also from some of the new products in our upcoming January to June mini catalog. And this is from Fine Art Floral designer series paper. It's a 12 by 12, and it's got, it looks like oil painted florals on one side, and then on the other is more like brush strokes, which is kind of cool. So I'm using the brush stroke side in kind of an orangey, I think it's more of a coral color here. So I'm just going to add some adhesive and get that onto my background here. I'm using seal. Stampin' Seal. One day I'm going to get used to the name change. Yeah, Kim, you're going to be tempted by this. And it has gold overlays as well that go with a couple of the designs that really look gorgeous. Okay, so I've got that. Then I'm going to I just want to show you the basic layout, and this is where I want to show you a trick. So my basic layout is going to be a stamped image here, okay, then a couple of squares of designer series paper, and this is that Dandy Garden that I was showing you, like so, and a sentiment that's going to go here, like this. Okay, so you can see, now I know I haven't got it stamped, but you can see it's okay. And then there's going to be a dragonfly here and one here. Maybe I'll just, right now I'll punch those out for you to see. So this is some more of that Dandy Garden Designer Series paper. And I'm going to just punch out the dragonflies. That was quick and easy. That one's going to go there. And I'll pop it up on dimensionals when the time comes. And then we've got the little baby dragonfly up here. And got the shakes this morning. I did have breakfast, and I didn't have coffee because I don't drink coffee, but I still have the shakes. This little dragonfly is going to go on the sentiment. Okay, so there's the design, but it lacks some definition. So here's a trick that will make such a difference in your cards and really help them to look professional. So what you want to do is you want to back everything with a stronger color. So I'm using Blackberry Bliss, and I'm going to back this white piece in Blackberry Bliss. And then I'm going to back each one of these squares. By the way, this project is going to be on my blog, where I will post this video, and all the measurements for everything and the colors, etc., are listed on the blog, so you can get all the dimensions. This is a 2x2 square. And this yellow one is a 1.5 by 1.5 inch square, and the backings are each 1/8 of an inch larger. So a 2x2 square is backed by a 2 1/8 inch square, and a 1.5 inch square is, so 1.5 is the same as 1 4/8, so that would be a 1 5/8 inch backing. And then the sentiment, which wouldn't have stood out at all against the white background there, when we add the backing, really shows up now. Okay, so you can see that just brings your design to life and makes everything pop. All right, so let's do some stamping and then we'll put everything together. So I'm going to start by taking my Whisper White piece, and I'm going to take this wildflower piece here. I'm going to just use a plain color, Mossy Meadow. Now, if you wanted to add color to this, you could stamp it in black and then color it in with, you know, you could use your Stampin' Rate markers, or you could use your blends, your alcohol markers to color it in. Or you could color right on the stamp with your Stampin' Rate markers. But I'm just going to go for the Mossy Meadow look right now. And stamp right on it like that. I'm just going to get myself a wipe and clean it off. The most cost-effective way of cleaning your stamps is by using a chamois, but the most effective way of cleaning my wipes, or cleaning my stamps, not wipes, is with these wipes I found at Costco, which don't have alcohol in them, so they don't damage my stamps. They're not scented, and they do a really good job. So I've been using those just because they're very convenient and I can get them in bulk at a really good price. And however, they're probably not as good for the environment as it would be if I used the chamois. But the trouble with the chamois is that it does have some residue left on it, and that eventually gets onto your stamps. And my stamps tend to, I don't know, gather that residue a bit, so that's what I don't like about the chamois. Whereas I can get all of that out and get my stamps perfectly clean with the wipes. Okay, so now I'm going to adhere that to my card base. That makes a nice little design on there. I really like that image from that Dragonfly Garden stamp set. So keep that one in mind when you're looking at the January to June catalog, which, by the way, I should have this week sometime. So if you want to get your hands on one, if you order from me this week, then I will include a catalog when I mail out your orders or get you your orders out. All right, so now we've got that. Now we're going to, well, let's do the sentiment and get our stamping over with. So I'm going to use Blackberry Bliss for the sentiment, which is a pretty intense ink, or dye rather. And I have to get over this, so I don't know if I'm in your way, but I need to, because it's a narrow piece, I need to make sure I'm getting it all on. Phew, okay. Luck is with me today. And that's all the stamping I have to do today. And we'll just add some seal to that and get that on its backing as well. So when you've made each of these 1/8 of an inch bigger than the panel, then you've got a 1/16 of an inch border all the way around. Okay, and now we'll add that. So put an extra there. And right about there. Okay, now the 2-inch square, you can see the patterns on the back of these as well. There's a lot of painted stripes and circles, dandelion heads, which is what I think this is. But this is Calypso Coral. There we go. So Stampin' Silverwares, I used to use a lot of liquid glue, which was good because it gave me some wiggle room. I'm now using a lot of Stampin' Seal instead. Because I do get some repositioning time with this as well. If I don't press hard when I put it down, I can lift it up and reposition it. And I do like the fact that it's not getting all over my fingers. And some people are having a little bit of an issue with getting it to start, getting the tape to start running. But I just get it moving with either my fingers, or I do use, when I have it handy, my silicone craft sheet. So I'm not finding it a huge issue. Okay, and then just positioning that in the middle. I don't want it to overlap too much of the flowers because I want to see them. And we're almost done our card. So I want to add, I thought I brought up my Wink of Stella. I'm sure I did. I guess I didn't. Well, that's too bad. So what I would have done if I brought it up would be to go over the leaves of the dragonflies with Wink of Stella, just to give them a sheen. I don't know if you can even see it here. You probably can't. If I tip it a little bit, you can see the shininess of the wings. In real life, that really adds something to the card. But, I thought I remembered doing it, putting it in there. Seems like I always forget something. Anyway, I'm going to use these mini Stampin' Dimensionals. On the back of the dragonfly, and one in the middle of the tiny one here. And we'll just take off all the backings. And we'll add them. One to that little square there. And I'm just going to curl up the wings a wee bit once we've got it settled. Turn it around here. Curl it up. There we go. And then one little guy here on the sentiment, facing the other way. And then I have my trusty Artistry Blooms adhesive back sequins, which I use a lot. They're really handy, and they're really good colors too. And I will get my trusty take your pick tool. Let's see, these are the yellows. And I will put a few of these. See, I had a yellow up here. Try to go for odd numbers. And balance out. I kind of use half closed eyes to figure the balance out sometimes. You know, if you kind of peer at it and half close your eyes a little bit, you can kind of figure out where to put them. That time I just copied where I'd taken some time to figure it out before. So aside from the Wink of Stella, which I did not bring up, that is pretty much the card. But it's a cute little one, and it just shows you the importance of adding backing layers to the stamped layers and the DSP layers that you have on your card. DSP, by the way, in case you've been wondering all this time, stands for Designer Series Paper, or just pattern paper. Some little stamping lingo there for you. Okay, so that's that. And the last thing I wanted to let you know about was my tag, Christmas tag class. These are the 8 tags that we're going to be making. This is on the 15th. It's a Facebook Live presentation, but it'll also be available in a YouTube video that people that are registered will have an exclusive link to. And you can still sign up for that. You just message me on Facebook and I'll direct you to the right link to sign up for that. I'm going to be prepping that though this week, so I'll need to know. Okay, it is $15 for 8 tags, or free for a minimum $25 order. Okay, and I think that's it for today. Thanks for joining me, and I will see you again next Monday at 11. Okay, thanks. Bye-bye.